Many women leaders admit that they feel less effective in meetings than in any other context. So, today we're going to focus on how we own the floor. Unfortunately, whether or not people are actually going to listen to you is not solely dependent on whether you're a subject matter expert or, for women, even how high up you are in the hierarchy. It's much more complex than that. Yesterday, we talked about the importance of mindset and self belief, and the fact that we have to actually believe in the value of what it is that we're saying if we want to convince somebody else that we're worth listening to. And this self belief, or lack of self belief, is all communicated through our emotional state, our body language, as well as the words that we speak. In fact, communication experts will tell us that the majority of communication happens at an unconscious level. That's because we have these mirror neurons at the front of our brain, and what they're doing all the time is they're looking for signals about the other person's emotional state. So if we feel uncertain or anxious or like we're out of our depth, others can pick up on that vibe, which may influence their willingness to listen to us and be influenced by us. But fortunately, we can use this knowledge to be intentional about how we do want to show up and the emotions that we choose to experience in that moment. How do we do this? Well, it all starts even before we walk into that room, whether it's a physical room or a virtual meeting. And in today's world, I know we often have back to back meetings with barely time for a breath in between. We show up rushed, stressed, and with our brains in 1,000 different places. So, what if instead we took a moment to pause, to breathe deeply, to let go of that last meeting or whatever it was that we were doing, and to turn our attention onto the present moment? To allow ourselves to feel connected to the purpose of the meeting ahead of us, and to remind ourselves of all the value that we have the opportunity to bring. Then we focus on our body. What does strong, confident body posture look like to you? It's when we straighten our back, we stand up tall, we let our shoulders drop, and we feel that strength and that poise. And as you join the meeting, whether it's in person or virtually, connect with someone, make eye contact, and smile at them. It has to be genuine, but we can still do this even in a virtual meeting. And remember, smiling is an absolute superpower. When we smile, it triggers our brain to release things like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. And these are the feel good hormones. They lower our anxiety and they increase our feelings of happiness and contentment. And not only that, when we smile at somebody else, it triggers their mirror neurons and it makes them at least want to smile at us. And that increases our likability, which is so critical if we actually want to influence anything. And the really good news is that this doesn't take a lot of time. It really just takes some simple intention. And the more we practice it, the easier it becomes to step into that strength and poise and confidence. We will feel more confident and we'll look like it as well. So, next time you take a seat at the table, virtual or otherwise, take a moment to really own the floor. And come back tomorrow because we're going to be talking about how to retake the floor when somebody else rips it out from underneath you. Look forward to seeing you then.